Hi everybody, this is Martin. Thank you so much for getting here to my channel. Welcome. I wanted to share a video with you picking one of my favorite shorts or one of my favorite stories of the Bible. This one really hits me so directly, and it's the story about the Samaritan woman at the well, and Jesus goes to her and reveals himself. The reason why this story is so important to me, this story isn't just like ancient history. It's our story, it's my story. It's the story of so many women. It's really, if you sit down and think, if it be yourself or someone that you may know or someone that you know of, but there's always a single mom out there. There's always a woman that's had a failed marriage, 2 failed marriages, 3 failed marriages, or relationships that never seem to work out. That is a shame sometimes that is very hard to accept and to deal with. And I mean it in a way like, I remember seeing in the Bible once saying, it's a sin to divorce. Something like that. I don't know. Reading the Bible before having that connection with Jesus is hard. It's hard to see and hard to accept some of the things that you know that you're guilty of yourself. So this video is for women that are struggling. Sorry if my light changed, by the way. I don't know what's going on, but I got all these lights all over the place. If I'm turning pink and purple, I look kind of Willy Wonka-ish, Barney-ish. Don't worry about it. It's what I like. It's easy on the eyes too. But this story's cool because Jesus is going to a part of town where they tell you don't go to that part of town. They're not your religion. They're not your people. They're not your culture. Samaria was full of Samaritans, and they were different. And I watch a girl named Perona. She's from Iran, and her culture it reminds me so much of this ancient way of living, and it's happening today in so many places, the Middle East. But you're not going to go out and get water from the well at noon because it's so hot. You go either early in the morning or in the evening to do these things. This particular day, Jesus went to the well at noon, and he saw a woman there, and the woman was alone. And the reason why she was alone is that she went at noon because no one else wanted to be around her because of her reputation. She had been married 5 times, and you know how it is. I mean, 5 times is a lot, and you could only imagine during that time. It must have been horrible the way people spoke about you and talked about you. I'm surprised that she was alive, but I don't know about the Samaritan culture, but for whatever reason, she had multiple husbands. Jesus asks her for some water now, and I apologize, I'm not coming at you, all professional like, but basically, she was like, why would you want water from me? It's like we're different parts of the streets or whatever, the tracks, as you would say. Whatever, during their conversation, he starts to reveal to her certain things that are very deep. So sometimes things are not talked about, not even to yourself, because they're subjects that hurt a lot. And there's so much behind it that not everybody could understand or see, but remember that God always understands and he always sees. This woman was not perfect. Jesus gently reveals to her her own past, that she had been married 5 times and that she was with a man now that wasn't her husband, so she had her guard up when Jesus was speaking to her. And I could understand, have you ever, opened your heart to a stranger? Not really, but there's something about Jesus. He knew everything about her. And if someone like that you encounter and you realize they're telling me about my life, and I don't know this person. And there's no way they can know this. It's even a thought that I have. You could imagine the chills that would have ran up her body, you know. And if Jesus wore those shoes of peace, then I could only imagine what a wonderful conversation it turned out to be, because you realize you're talking to someone very special. That's the whole point of this meeting here. Basically, women today, especially women like her, women like me, women like some of you, we walk through divorce. We have to rebuild our lives. We sometimes question our own worth, because when you go through so much trauma, and yeah, sometimes it is self-inflicted, let's be real. We make bad decisions and we suffer the consequences. But it's not the end. It's not the end. But for some people, maybe it is. For some people, they have accepted that life of shame, and Jesus is here at the well. And what he's about to tell this woman is going to change her life and the life of so many others that will get to know him. She's the kind of woman society whispers about. They judge her. And as horrible as this may sound to a lot of people, a woman being married that many times, the reputation she has developed for herself in a time in an area where it wasn't really cool to be like that, you know what? Jesus looks deeper. He sees potential where others see failure. He sees destiny where others see dysfunction. And the way that Jesus spoke to people, I think it's so beautiful, because it takes such wisdom and such a heart to say things to people in such a way that, you know, we our whole lifetime cannot come up with such ways to speak or to influence or to touch the hearts. But basically he tells her that this is a water that never runs dry. It never runs dry. You know, when we compare our lives today, you know, when you have a void in your heart and you're trying to fill it, there are people that use drugs, they drink, they sleep around, they have all kinds of addictions. That is the water that you'll thirst for again. Sure, it satisfies you for the moment. But boy, when you find the peace of God, you're satisfied. You're satisfied. You're satisfied. Nothing can take it away, because Jesus said, I am the living water. If you drink this water, you're going to be thirsty again. But with me, you'll never thirst again. You know, God is so special. So the living water means you don't have to keep going back to the old wells. You don't have to continue to go back to the old wells. The attention, the validation, the relationships, the habits, all the things that have us thirsty again, you don't need that anymore. Jesus offers something deeper, a love that satisfies the soul, a love that satisfies the soul. So, how women today can relate. So many of us know what it's like to feel judged, misunderstood, unworthy. Like we failed too many times. Too many times. I'm 51 years old, and I have failed so many times. But I'm so happy. I'm so happy right now in my life. And I have so many stories to tell you on how this point of my spirit has gotten here. And it's beautiful. And I'm so looking forward to sharing everything with all of you. We fail too many times, like we're too broken to ever think about being used by God, to ever think that we're worthy enough to be used by God. But Jesus specializes in meeting women exactly where they are, not where others think that they should be. He doesn't come to the well to lecture. He comes with love, like with love. Have we ever done that? Like, have we ever done things special with a love? Well, if you have, and you're a great person and you love to show love, that's great. But imagine that 1,000 billion times over, that kind of love. So, love is a very powerful word, and we're going to see that it is throughout the Bible over and over and over. It is the key. It is the key that Jesus gave us, is love. And that's very important. He comes with truth, and it's wrapped in grace. And that grace is needed for us because the truth is hard. His love, His grace, His mercy, it's so inviting and welcoming if you just let Him. And He does the same for us, all of us. Your past doesn't make you disqualified. Your mistakes don't make you unusable. Your scars don't make you less chosen. I think sometimes you're bad already. That's what it sounds like. But sometimes a woman with the most broken story, they can become the woman with the most powerful testimony. And I know that's true. I know that's true. I'm sure you all know that's true as well. Some girl out there, I have a cousin. She was amazing. Single mom, 5 kids, PhD, doctor. Roller coaster life. But God saw the potential in her. As a woman who has walked through divorce twice, I'm going to get married to my fiance soon here. And that is controversial as well. We'll get into that. It's been a big hurdle, my relationship. There's an age gap, so we'll talk about that. This is going to be quite the testimony channel, which he probably has no clue. I'm about to tell all our business out there. But anyway, getting back to Jesus. If you think you have a reputation, if you've been broken, guess what? He still chooses you. He chooses me. He chooses any woman out there to put a message in her hand and go and tell the world. And that's what she did. She told her whole town. And being the woman that she was, when they saw her, probably so excited, like a crazy person, because sometimes, believe it or not, we get the reputation of, like my, and we'll get into this too, my fiance, he's accused me of being a holy roller, and I'm not. I'm just a regular girl, and God has been talking to me, and angels have been talking to me, and I know that there are some of you out there that probably think I'm nuts, but there are a lot of you out there that know exactly what I'm talking about, and God is reaching out to all of us. And the stories in the Bible are so important because they're telling you He's reached out to others. He didn't just stop when the book was written or put together. He's still working. He's working on people, big figures, small figures. He's working in homes. I don't know how many homes on the street He's working in. He's working in our lives if you allow him to. Welcome him in. Have a miracle mentality and flood the zone with Jesus. And that is all we need to do. And nothing else can ever make us thirst again. Once you have that love of God, magnificent, magnified, universal, eternal. So for Jesus, you are seen, you are loved, you are worth sitting at the well with. You are worth him going to that side of town and waiting on the hottest part of the day just for you. And I think that's beautiful. And I think that's happened to me. And I think that's happened to some of you. And I hope it happens to all of you. We're all going to have different experiences with God. He's going to talk to us in different ways. And he's going to have different things for us to do. And he's going to, want our faith. He wants us to believe. And he'll take care of the rest. So, in closing, the woman at the well came to draw the water, but she left with a new identity. She arrived with shame, but she left with purpose. She came hiding from people, but she ran back to those same people shouting, "Come see a man who told me everything I ever did." Again, a stranger just told you everything you ever did in your life. Thoughts that only you can have. That was Jesus. You've never known anyone who could do that. He redeems, he restores. He doesn't just forgive. He replaces your pain for something beautiful. He takes your pain and gives you something beautiful. A love and understanding. We say love all the time. But the word love to God, it is the engine of his existence. So God loves us. He forgives us. So to every woman, regardless of your past, regardless of your mistakes and your regrets and your reputation, Jesus sees you. He chooses you. And Jesus offers you the living water. And you'll never, never thirst again. You will never want for anything else again. And that's a great place to be in your world, in your life. Surrounded with total love and understanding. This is just begun. He will communicate with you if you open your heart. So enjoy our Lord, because I'm enjoying this channel. I'm enjoying all of you and your comments, and most of the comments are hearts and amens. Please don't be afraid to ask or say anything you want. We could pray together, we could learn together, and please stay tuned. I have so many things I want to tell and share with you that for me confirm God's existence, angels' existence. Sometimes it's not coincidence. Sometimes it is a message, and you have to be prepared to read that message, because God is trying to reach you, and that is beautiful. I'm so happy for everyone. So thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned. I have a painting coming up of Mary during the Immaculate Conception. Gabriel's behind her. She's holding a dove in her hands as Gabriel places a halo above her, because Mary's awesome, and I want to talk about her next in my next video. So please stay tuned, and thanks so much again for watching. I really appreciate it, and God bless you all. Take care.